let's get started. I've been saying let's get started for 43 years. So let's get started. Why would I stop now? Just keep saying it. Hey, so this is Social 19, and welcome. And two things to start with. You're not taking you don't have to take notes in here. So you can put your laptops away, put your phones away. Awesome. Yep. Are we on here?
I'm gonna fix it.
And yeah, so I'll say more about this in a couple minutes, but I'll probably say it twice or three times or who knows what. But what you want to just keep in mind that there's nothing that happens in this room here that you need to remember. Okay, so you don't have to, well, there are some things you might want to remember, but there are a lot of seats down in the front, man. So come on down. And but there's nothing that happens in here that you need to have for an exam or a quiz or anything like that. So your job here as a student in the class is to enjoy yourselves. That's it, man. Learning is fun, and it should be fun. Learning is really interesting. It doesn't have to be grueling. Learning's the coolest thing in the world, man. But somehow when we link learning with school, learning's terrible because school sucks. You know what I mean? Really, if you think about it, okay, for some of you who went to like Quaker schools or something like that, then school's fun. But otherwise, I mean, think about what school is, starting with kindergarten, right? You go to kindergarten, it's like academic boot camp, right? You get, the teacher rings a bell and you sit in a circle, and then the teacher rings a bell and you go sit around the piano, and then it rings a bell and you go color, and then rings a bell and you go get a snack, and then it's like Pavlov's dogs or something. And then you start writing, and then they start telling you, no, you're not holding the pencil correctly, or that's not how you say that word. You just start being judged. And then, increasingly, you have to get grades. And so even in kindergarten, you got to get grades. And so, by the way, I'm ranting. I don't know why I'm ranting. I have no idea. And then you start discovering that learning is associated with getting the right answers. And because that's what school is. But learning is associated with opening our minds. Oh my God, learning is just, hey, there are a lot of seats down here. So definitely a lot of seats in the front. But there's a lot. So you can find them. Anyway, so in here, learning is fun. It's going to be fun. And my job is to make it fun. So if I don't do that, then we've failed. We've all failed, right? So imagine that my job is to put things up on the slide, and then you're going to memorize them and spit it back on an exam. And so all you do in this class is just copy stuff down that's on a slide, and you pay a shit ton of money for that. So first off, that's criminal in a certain sense, right? Why would you do that? Well, you do it to get a job. I don't know why you do it. Why do we do anything? Okay, so listen, bro. You can sit. Yeah, right there. All right. Anyway, I don't know why I was ranting. Okay. By the way, I'm Sam. So yeah. Okay. Go to the next slide. This is a photo of me, bro. By the way, this is Darnisha here, who I'll just be constantly haranguing the first couple of days. But Darnisha runs the operation here, so I'll introduce her in a second. Do we have a...
I can't figure it out. Something's going on here. Go ahead.
All right, man. Okay, So anyway, that's me when I first started teaching this class in 1991. That's what I look like. Look at me now. So you're going to see me in a couple minutes, like because we're going to be we have a camera to go up here. So anyway, yeah, very different, man. Take a look at my left ear and like the peace sign earring. When I was in right before this, shortly before this, in the late 80s, I did all my field research in Ecuador, and in the rural Ecuador. So it's very much, like, among campesinos, like small farmers, and many people who had really never left their communities. And so up in the Andes Mountains, so, and they're Catholic, right? So the priest shows up. Some of these are really far away villages or communities, and the priest would show up once or twice or 3 times a year. And, if you're Christian, you get the idea that Jesus is going to come again, right? So that's the message. Jesus is going to come. And so by the way, and that's also Jeff. I'll introduce them both in a second, but they're my bosses. Everybody's got to have 2 bosses. Most people need 1 boss. I need actually about 5 of them because I'm spilled milk and ADHD and God knows what else I'm not really, but whatever. I don't know what I am. Okay, so anyway, if you're Christian, Jesus is coming again, right? Because that's the whole Christian story. So, the priest would show up in the village and, a couple times a year and says mass and the whole 9 yards. And these are small farmers, right? And then the priest would say, Jesus is coming. And there'd be these images of Jesus that people would see. And sometimes the progressive priests would all change those images so that they look like campesino small farmers in rural Ecuador, right? But sometimes they didn't. And so I would show up with the priest. Now, people are going like, there were no televisions and radio, that kind of stuff, right? And not newspapers and that sort of thing. You just have images. So there were many times when we'd roll into a village together and somebody would say, and that's what I look like, right? And they'd be like, so you get the image of Jesus, that image, the white Jesus kind of thing, and they'd be like, oh, Padrecito, ¿es él? ¿Es Jesús? And they're like, for me, as this, I don't know, white dude from Toledo, Ohio, there's nothing like the power trip of people in the rural mountains somewhere in Ecuador. Not power trip, but there's nothing like, it's like maybe taking LSD or mushrooms or something, but for people to think that you're Jesus, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. So anyway, okay, there's a story for you. All right. So look, I'm kind of an iconoclast, meaning that I was kind of a hippie starting at the age of maybe 14, 12. I don't know. I started in partaking of the good herb when I was 12. And I just didn't. My dad died when I'm going to give you the quick story. Here's the short version. My dad died when I was 9. My dad was really into science and book. We were working class. So my dad had this little factory. My mom was a administrative assistant, very working class. And so, but then my dad, and he was really into school. But when he died, my mom started working 3 jobs just to keep us going because we were working class. Like we didn't have a lot of money, so that meant I was free. I was really on my own. And hey, Nish, can you get them to zoom in on that? Is that possible? Anyway, so it meant that I was largely on my own. So for a lot of people, that would be a bad thing, but for me, that was a good thing because it meant I was free to explore the world. And I have a personality that is really like good for that. I'm really responsible. I had enough people. First off, there was just tons of drugs and all sorts of stuff around me, and I saw what happened when people just I just saw like that. Well, I didn't want to live my life like that. So I just, and I knew what it was like to not have money, right? So I knew to be really serious, and to stay away from the police. That was like my line, right? Stay away from the police. So, but I was free because nobody ever checked my grades. My mom, I don't know, no one checked my grades. I was just like, go to school. If I got a C, all I knew, I just needed a D or a C to pass. And so learning became really a fun thing for me. And I was addicted to reading. So I'd go to the library, I'd get tons of books, I'd come home, I'd read them. But starting in high school, I'd skip class. I skip class, I'd go down to the library and I'd sit in the back of the library and I would read books, all sorts of books, right? Because I really liked reading, but I didn't care about school. I absolutely didn't care. And when I had a really tough exam, I would look at the paper of the person next to me. Or whatever, that kind of stuff. So, so I was really lucky. Like I didn't have anyone looking over my shoulder. And, I didn't have a dad, but okay. So when I started college, by the way, I graduated like 350th in my class of 450 in my high school, which was not a very competitive high school, by the way. I scored in the 51st percentile on the SATs. So I always thought I was above average. I needed to be in the first. 51st was good. I was above average, right? So then I started college, but because I went to a university where everybody got accepted. So it wasn't like here where you have to like really kind of fight. I just I applied, I got in. I started going. And then I would just start a full load of classes and stop going and, whatever. 2.5 years in, I was still a freshman in terms of credits. And my GPA was like 1.6 or 1.7 or something like that. Because I was busy. I was trying to be a rock and roll musician and I was working and all sorts of things, right? So, but then one day, and this is the key, right? This is key. I'm telling you this whole story to get to this one moment. I transferred to a 2-year college because I thought, maybe I'll just get a 2-year degree. I had a painting contracting business that I was starting in addition to trying to be a rock and roll star. I was a drummer. And, but I didn't, I just got to the 2-year college. It was going to be a degree in business management. I don't know what the hell I thought I was going to do with that. But, anyway, I was going to class, like I dropped out of all my classes, but I was going to the last one, and I'm on my way to the class, and there's the library. And I'm like, F it, man. And I went in the library, and I was just doing what I did in the library, just reading through things randomly because I love to read, and because learning was fun for me. School just sucked. And so I saw this thing about prisons, this magazine article, and I was like, damn, man, that would be really cool to go to work in a prison. So I went over to the wall and I called the social work department and I'm like, hey man, can I talk to someone about transferring to social work? And the guy said, yeah, come on over right now. So anyway, I did that and I quit everything I was doing and I became a student for the first time in my life, like a student, where you like try to get good grades and all that kind of stuff. And meaning I was still learning, but learning was so deep in me that I never associated learning with stress and pressure to get A's and that kind of stuff. So then I became a really serious student. And so I was 20 years old and nearing the end of my 3rd year of college. And then I never looked back. Like learning to me, I never looked back, man. In my first quarter, we were on quarters, that I started back, I got 2 C's and 2 D's. And for me, I was like, fuck, all right, 2 C's and 2 D's. That was better than I ever did in my life. You know what I mean? Except that when I was in 9th grade and my dad died, my teacher thought it would be good to just give me all A's. And I'm like, okay. So I had all A's for half of the year in 1970. which was cool, whatever. Okay, so then I just became a serious student. That's how I got here. Like, that's a really long, like the professors, we don't all get here because we were really serious students and we got good grades. Many of us get to these positions because we like to learn and we like to think. So I have this idea that my job is to help you to think, to create situations that will allow you or help you to think in some new ways. Okay, that's what we're doing. That's what this class is about. You don't have to, don't worry about taking notes. Don't worry about anything. Just sit there and think. And this is the most I'm going to say all semester long is on the first day. Okay, so let's go with the next slide. Okay, first thing you got to do, because there are rules. Look, I don't like rules, but there's too many of you. If it were up to me, I would just give everyone A's and be like, whatever. But you wouldn't do what I want you to do. And what do I want you to do? I want you to come to class. I want you to sit there, and I want you to have a learning experience, which you're going to discover what that is, okay? And number two, we have 3 exams in here, and the exams are, there's no books. You don't have to buy anything for it. The exams are readings and videos that we pull off of YouTube and different places that are really interesting. Just random stuff. Random stuff about, an article about the coldest city in the world. Like, what the fuck? What's it like, bro, living in the coldest city in the world? You know what I mean? Like up in northern Russia. That's kind of cool, right? So you're going to get a short article about that. It's like, all right, it's not textbooks. You don't have to take notes. You don't have to underline. You don't have to do anything. You just read it and you take an exam. All right? And then you're going to do some world and conversations that we're going to talk about. So it's really a pretty easy class. But what you need to do is understand what you need to do to get an A. And the majority of you are going to get A's. So, that's why you got to read the syllabus. Syllabus is like 20 pages long too, by the way. But that's why there's a syllabus quiz. So you got to take the quiz, and you could take it as many times as you want, but the most important information is on the syllabus quiz, and then you'll do what you need to do. So we're helping you along. Okay, cool? Is that good? I want you to get an A. If every single one of you earned an A in this class, I would be so happy, right? So, but here's the thing. You have to you can't cheat in here. Like, there's no shortcuts. We don't ask that much of you, really, but you just have to do it. And it's all fun. Like, come on, man, it's fun. So, why? Because learning's fun, right, bro? Okay, so anyway, you got to do that. All right, next slide. Okay, attendance is an assignment. Here's the most important thing. Bro, I'm gonna bring you up and have you repeat what I'm saying right now. Okay, so listen carefully. All right. Attendance is an assignment. Every class has 3 points connected to it. There's 180 points in the class. Every class has 3 points. We will never, ever, under any circumstances, give you 3 points for either A, not coming to class, or B, if you miss class for whatever reason, you do the makeup assignment. And the makeup assignment is to watch a video recording of the class or watch it live on live stream and then submit a short 3-part recording as a summary of what it is that you just watched. All right? It's pretty straightforward, meaning that you can miss class and you can get those points back, but you have to do something for it. It's much easier to just come to class. Even if you're in the web section, just come to class, man, because we could do a quick attendance thing and then you're good to go. Okay? But what this means is that you never, ever, ready? You never have to tell us that you're not going to be in class. You never have to send a note, send us a note from your coach, send us a note from the doctor, send us a note from whatever it is. Don't send us anything. Just miss class and then make it up. And you have 1 week to make it up. Okay, are we good on that? All right, bro, you ready? All right, here you go. Can you give him a microphone real fast. All right, man, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Sif.
Oh, wait, hang on, man. I got to turn my mic on. All right, what is it again?
Yeah, my name is Sif.
Sif?
Yeah.
So, okay, what do they need to know about attendance?
Well, Professor Richardson here said that attendance is an assignment. So what that means is, I think it was a metaphor for integrity by saying you don't actually have to tell us that you're not showing up to class. You just have to make it up. But the makeup is watching it either live or having to watch a re-recording, and then you send a 3-part summary video of what the class was actually about. Did I get that right?
You got it, and you never have to tell us, right? You said that. It's an assignment. There's how many points connected to
3
everything?
points.
Do you know what happens if you miss 4 class? If you get all 100 you do everything, you get perfect scores on the exams, you do World in Conversation, you do everything, and you miss 4 classes. What does your grade, what's the highest grade you can earn?
If my
Take a
math
guess.
serves me right, it's a 176.
No, 3. It's a 1.7. No, 3 would be 1.
Oh, 177.
No, 178.
Wait, but that's if you miss 4.
Oh yeah, no, 4. 3 times. That's 12 points, right? 178. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right, I got you. So that means that's an A minus.
Yeah, I thought it was like 1 point each.
Oh yeah, no. I know. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, dude. And by the way, what school do you go to?
NYU.
And what are you doing here?
Well, I mean, I was a big fan of your page, so I was like, hey, listen, we start next week. Might as well come.
Dude, awesome, man. Well, welcome to 119.
Thank you so much, Professor.
All right, thanks, man.
I
Safe.
love Penn State. We are.
Yeah, we are. You got it. We are NYU. All right. That's cool. All right. So you get an applause just for the we are. All right. So listen, you got the attendance thing, right? We good? All right, man. Next slide. Here's the exams. People score really well in the exams. And recently, in last fall, on the first exam, the average score was 91%. The median score, actually, 91%. Meaning the exams are really easy. But here's what happens. A lot of you don't read. You don't have to study for it. All you got to do is watch the videos and read the readings. Each exam is like 4 to 5 hours worth of work, but you don't do it. And then you score really poorly. And so what we started to see is, most of the students do really well, but there's this growing group of students who really just, it's like because you're COVID people or something, man. So something happened. And so they just can't cut it. So I put that up there to show you the class, it's really not at all difficult to get an A. Most of you will get an A. Okay? Is that cool? But you got to do the work. You can't cheat on the exams. Like you just can't. We set it up. You can't. We set it up so that you can't do it. Okay? Are we good? All right, man. Next slide. No laptops. So we took laptops and phones. You can't be on your phones, man. You can't. So just don't be. It's entertaining enough that it's good. You don't need to be on your phone. And bro, you don't even need that. Well, you might want to take notes. Somebody up here might say something I might accidentally say something that's interesting. All right, so here's the deal. Here's how the class is run. You volunteer, people in the class, you apply to volunteer. You fill out a form. You apply to be a volunteer in the class, meaning that we contact you either the day before or the morning of the class, or sometimes I'm really busy and it's like shortly before the class. And so we're like, hey, do you want to volunteer? In the volunteer form, you're going to give us your name, a bunch of background demographic information about yourself. And then there's a final thing, like tell us something about yourself that's unique, that we have a wide range of classes. And so we might, just something that could help us, because we never do, in Social 19, we never do the same class twice, ever. So we've been teaching this since 1991. We never do the same class over. So we come up with an idea, say, okay, we're going to talk about this topic. Then I go through the volunteer list and say like, oh, I think, okay, this would be really cool. It says this person, this person, this person. Fire off a text message to you being like, hey, do you want to volunteer today or tomorrow, whatever it is? And then, you respond. And that's how we get volunteers. And then you show up to class, come down to the front, get a name tag from Lila, and then you're good to go. Okay, and then you sit in the front row, and then you're the volunteer for the day. So, like these two students, for example, they were volunteers a couple of years ago. Okay, and this is kind of what we do. All sorts of things. Here, we'll go through the slides. Sometimes it's me talking to a couple of people. Sometimes it's me talking to just one person. You never know. We never know. It's usually a group of people, but yeah, we don't really know. Okay, next one. Dude, it's fun. I love those two photos. What does those two photos tell you? Bro, what do those two faces tell you?
It means they're having a good time.
They're having a good time. Come on, man. You have a good time. Like, we have cool conversations in here. And learning sometimes they're deep. Look, this is a class on race, ethnicity, culture, nationalism. We'll talk about gender issues, sexism. We're going to talk about some heavy stuff. And then it's less, we're not going to be laughing like that, right? But we're also talking about identity things and culture and a day that the woman on the left, she was, she had a crazy story. She was telling a story, which is like really a dark story, but it's a cool story of when she was young. I think she was like 9. She was kidnapped, and her family had to pay a ransom to get her back. And I think do you remember? Niche, I don't know. Do you remember? I think she was from Colombia. I don't remember. Do you remember where she was from? You don't remember. Okay. Anyway, yeah, really intense. So, and I forget what story he was talking about. But anyway, like some of you have really intense story, really cool stories. Like, so if you have stories, I mean, that was a really intense story. It was really interesting. It was good for her to tell it. She had a lot of photos. Yeah, it was really intense. Okay, anyway, next slide. I forget what conversation we were having here. That was last semester. Yeah. All right, next one. Here's one. Sometimes this was one we were having a conversation about who's white, about white people and who's considered white, and so we had a bunch of white people up in the front talking about, and the dude sitting on the desk next to me, he was if I remember correctly, he was Nigerian. And his job was to figure out, who all those white people were, where they were from, something about them, and to learn about whiteness, the many different shades of whiteness, which is like, because, whiteness is incredibly complex. And so, so we dive in. We have cool conversations. We're not afraid in here. You know what I mean? Like I've been around the block. Yeah, it's good. The best thing, what you don't want to do is see me as who I look like. Like some old dude. You know what I mean? It's like, been around. We got it. We're good? Okay, so we'll have a lot of really good conversations. That was a fun conversation, man. He had we all had a good time. All right. Next slide. And then here's one. That's my wife sitting next to me. We were talking. I forget what we were they were asking each other questions. Yeah. So anyway, are we good? That's how the class runs. So your job is to, one more. Layla here. That's when I think that was no, it was a couple semesters ago. Yeah. Last fall? Oh, last year, 2 years. Oh, God. All right. Fuck, it's really old. All right. So anyway, and then we'll also get shots of you. Okay. So here's the thing. We always have a class photographer. I'm going to put this out there. This semester, for whatever reason, we had 3 people who applied to be the class photographer, and everybody bailed on us. So if you're a photographer, we have a camera, we have a DSLR. If you like to take shots and you want to join the fun, you talk to Darnisha afterwards. All you got to do is just sit down here in the front with her camera, and anytime anybody comes up to volunteer or something, just take a few shots of them, and that's it. It's good to go, right? And so you just experience the class from the front row or whatever. Okay? So if you like taking photos, that would be really cool. We've got the camera. We're all set. We're good to go for you. Okay? It's fun. Because we'd like to be able to have photo. Everybody who volunteers, we like to be able to provide them with photos so that they, so you have something. Okay, listen, let me say a couple things here about this. Go back, actually. Go back to, just leave it right there for a second. Here's what you need to know about this class, okay? If you've ever watched the videos, then you kind of have a sense of what it is that we're doing. But this is not a gotcha class. If this was a gotcha, we got you to say something really stupid and make fun of you, if we did that, they would have made me stop teaching it, and we definitely would not be live streaming, and we would not be making videos because nobody would volunteer. It's not how it works. So every semester, about a third of the class applies to volunteer. And the reason a third of the class applies to volunteer is because people are watching what's going on, and people want to have the experience of coming up here and being at the table and having just being able to talk. And you don't have to be an expert. We don't want experts. In fact, if you tell me, hey, I study immigration and I really want to volunteer and talk about immigration, you can be almost certain that we won't pick you to talk about immigration because we don't want that. This is not about talking points. It's not about what is right. It's not about trying to identify the best way to think about something or the best way to do something. What we want volunteers to do, meaning you, those of you who decide to come up and volunteer throughout the semester, what we want you to do is simply tell us what you see from your corner of the world. That's it. What do you see? And so if I ask you a question, very often I ask people questions and they're like, oh man, I don't know. I've never thought about that. I'm like, awesome. Really, you've never thought about climate change and climate refugees, let's say, places around the world where the climate is changing and we're producing refugees. People are becoming refugees and we don't know what to do about that. And I say, well, let's talk about climate refugees. And you're like, I don't know anything about climate refugees. I've never thought about it. I don't know anything. My next response would be, well, so awesome. Good for you, good for us. So what do you think? What do you think? And you may say, I don't know what I think. I'm like, well, go ahead. Just give it a shot. Now, the pressure's on a little bit because you got the microphone up here, just like say you were calculating the grades one way and the pressure is on, and I'm like, no, go back the other way, right? And so you calculated in one way, and so the pressure is on, and like you see how that works, and so then never ever would ever put someone on the spot and be like, come on, man. Like, so that somehow people in the class would think that you're dumb or you're not this or you're not that, or people watching the stream or the videos. That's the worst thing that could ever happen in this classroom because you won't volunteer. Like, why would you volunteer? You don't do that. So I don't ask you those kinds of questions. I ask you questions that, that we just work with. Okay? Are we good? So I encourage, and if you think like, oh man, I'd love to volunteer, but I'm really nervous about speaking in front of this many people. Well, if you let us know that, if you put in the form, I'm really shy, I'm like terrified of speaking in groups, I'm da-da-da-da, I would bring you up. I would invite you to volunteer for something that would be really, really simple, really easy, not highly controversial, like, hey, what do you think about Israel and Palestine? You know what I mean? Like, oh, let's talk about Israel. Let's talk about anti-Semitism. Let's talk about this. Yeah, you're not going to get that, okay? Are we cool? So let's talk about Donald Trump. That's just what you want. What's your opinion of the President of the United States? All right, so is he still president? Yeah, he is, right? All right. Okay. I thought maybe you went back to being an author or something. I don't know. Whatever. Are we good? Who's got a question about volunteering? Hey, Layla. I always call you Lila because you have an I in your name. Wait, how about for you? What have you noticed about volunteers? People volunteering, because you've been in this position. You were in the class, and then you were in the position. You've been up here for 2 semesters.
When you say, what have you noticed about?
Oh, wait, hang on one second. How would you just say, how's the experience of what do you see with people, with yourself?
It really depends. People have been nervous, but once they get into the groove of like answering questions, you sort of realize that you're just a student in class. If there were 30 people in here, raising your hand wouldn't be that intimidating.
Mm-hmm. It seems to me that people get comfortable really fast.
Yeah,
right?
It helps with the way you phrase and answer questions as well, or ask questions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're always asking open-ended questions. So you don't need to know information. You need to just tell us, what do you see? Like, hey, tell us what your neighborhood is like. Like, how much do people from different groups come together and talk to each other? Yeah. How many neighbors do you have in your community who you know are gay or are LGBT? I could ask you that. And like, that's a simple question. You might say like, I don't know. I don't think anybody. I don't know anybody. Okay, well, there you go. You see? Tej, how about you? What would you say what's your experience of people volunteer?
Like in terms of volunteering?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything to be worried about, because if you're worried about anything, come up here and you'll be fine, because you don't have any time to be worried about it. You'll just get into the swing of things. It's really not that bad. I'm in front of everybody there. I ain't no public speaker. I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as you think it is. Trust me.
Yeah, no, it's very fun. It's a lot of fun, man. Wait, did you have a question? I already asked him. All right. Okay, are we good? So can you go to the next slide? And then I'm going to put this up at the end of, I'll put this up at the end of class, and we'll send an email out to you all with this on it, so you can fill out the form. Okay, a bunch of you have filled it out already. So, all right, listen, let's stay right here. We're going to do a sample. We're going to do something. we're going to have fun. So I'd like to invite 2 volunteers. Hang on. You need to know. Okay, wait, hang on. The first volunteer is you only speak English, you don't speak any other languages, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm not good at languages. Wait, hang on, man, hang on. Bro, how about you? Yeah, the bearded one. All right, how about you, man? And then we need someone. Hey, by the way, when I was an undergrad, I used to do stand-up comedy, and I don't do it in here because every time I tell jokes, I get in trouble, and people complain and I don't know. So I just don't. So I don't. But I'm always on the edge of it. You know what I mean? So if I ever stop mid-sentence and I don't keep going, it's because I want to tell a joke, but I don't want to. They're not offensive. I don't tell offensive jokes. Okay, somebody else who speaks multiple languages, but not Arabic and not just Spanish and English? Yeah. How about someone multiple? How about like 3 or 4 languages? How many? 3? What are they?
English, Malayalam, and Hindi.
Malayalam. Okay, 3. Anybody got 4? Anybody speak 4? Okay, bro, you're on, man. Yeah, come on. All right. Now, you guys aren't going to need a microphone. So, yeah, they won't need a microphone. Now, I need a fluent speaker of Arabic and a fluent speaker of Korean. Fluent speaker of Arabic? Okay, man. All right. And a fluent speaker of Korean. Wait. Dude, all right, come on. All right, here we go, man. You know what? I should get 2 Arabic speakers and 2 Koreans. I need a... Yeah, wait, no, wait, I need a guy. No, I'm going to save you. Dude, all right, bro, you're on. Arabic, right? Who else speaks Korean? Yo, no, we're good. One more Korean, but I need a Korean woman is ideal. It's better if it's a man and a woman. Yo, okay, here, come on. All right, so you guys, all right, go to the next. Okay, you 2 ready? So take a look here. Go to the next slide. Okay, you're gonna speak, bro. See the stuff on top? Mm-hmm. Wait, which one do you want to go? You don't speak Arabic. You're just one language?
Yeah, only.
Which one do you want? You want the top or the bottom? Do you know what languages those are?
I think the bottom's Korean, the top is Arabic.
Yeah, right. Which one do you want?
I'll try Arabic.
Arabic? All right, dude. Here's your Arabic guy. Wait, Arabic? Yeah. So you take him. Here's what you do. Ready? They're going to go out in that. You could, do you have a pen?
I do not.
Pencil? Do you have a pencil? Does anyone have a pen or a pencil really fast? You got one? Hang on. No, you got one? Does it work? Yep. All right. You guys, wait, the Arabic folks, you can go out that door. Yeah. Now listen, bro, you got to teach him how to say that. You right? And you're going to have to do it on your own. You can look at notes. You can make notes if you want. You can make notes. Wait, the 3 of you are going to go. You're going to teach him how to say that. So you can make notes. You can make any notes that you want, and you can read your notes, but you have to be able to say it. Okay? All right, man. You ready? Yep. You're going to go to the bottom.
Korean.
Yep, Korean. You guys take him out. Do you have a pen? Oh, man. Dude, purple. Well, it's actually a pencil, right? All right, you ready? All right, you guys, you go out there.
I don't have paper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Here you go. Thank you. And take your time, man. We're going to just keep going on in class. All right. Do you think you could get that Korean down? I'm going to take like in 10 minutes. Could you learn how to say that?
I mean, if someone could teach me, I think so.
You think you could do it? You think you could do the Korean, bro?
Yeah, I know how to.
You could do it? The Arabic you could do. Bro, how about you, man? Could you do the Arabic?
They seem like long sentences.
Yeah, they seem kind of long, but all right. All right. Okay, listen, man. Niche. First off, let's just do a quick thing. Just introduce yourself, my friend.
Hi.
My boss.
Hi. I'm Darnisha. Everyone calls me Niche. I took this class back in 2017, and I just kept annoying Sam until he hired me. So I've been here for a while. I'm the person running around running the stream that's going out to YouTube. I'm in charge of these two chuckleheads. The TAs in the back, and making sure that you guys get whatever questions you need to ask me answered, whether or not I have the answer. And I just do a bunch of stuff in the class.
And mostly niche right before class and right after class is running around doing a lot of stuff, especially before class. So, but she's definitely the person with the answers, okay? Not me, really. You can ask me, but I don't. And yeah, that's the key.
Yeah, Sam usually doesn't have the answer. I usually do, or I know who you can go to for the answer.
Yeah. I mean, I have answers, but just not the questions that
Not like
you would ask.
logistical.
Yeah. No, dude. Yeah.
The other important thing that I do, I help with your guys' World in Conversation assignment. So any email that you send to the staff email that's in your syllabus, I'm the one who answers that. We'll talk about that later, but usually if there's a question, I'm the one to go to for it.
Dude, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And thanks for continuing. Thanks for doing what you do. Yeah. Yeah. And, so these two lovely beings here, they're, aside from being at the podium here and being kind of the backup, you're also going to be asking questions throughout the class. Like, I'll come into class with a list of questions for the day, but they're going to be asking questions, right? So maybe just quickly just introduce yourselves so people have a sense of who you are, and then we'll keep going.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. I'm Layla. I'm currently a junior, and this is my third semester in the class, but second semester TAing for it. So I'm excited for the semester with you guys.
And Layla's really good at asking questions as well. Like, so there are a lot of times when I'm in the middle of up here, you can imagine up here, I'm trying to listen to what everybody's saying, and she's watching the live stream, so we're pulling questions off the live stream and different things are happening, and so she will often throw a question out, and often good questions from the left. Man, I rely on her to give me questions from the left. Yeah, so that's really important. We gotta have questions from the right and from the left all the time. And fewer students y'all are from the left, man. I'm just finding more and more students, first off, are moderate, and they're somewhere in the middle. But if you lean in some direction, you lean more conservatively. It's kind of the nature of things, man. People, by the way, if you're watching in the live stream, the idea is college students are all on the left, and they're not all on the left. So they never have been, but, whatever the case is. So, all right, Tej.
Hey guys, my name is Tej. Yeah. For future reference, if you want to say my name, it's like pages in a book, but with a T. Tej. And this is my third semester as well. I'm a senior. I've taken a class 2 semesters ago, or 3, something like that. And
Last fall, I think.
Sorry?
No, 2 falls ago.
2 falls ago. Yeah.
Ah, damn, man.
Yeah.
All right, Tej.
So if you guys have questions, I'll probably be the one coming to you with a mic.
Yeah. And I never pronounce anyone's names correctly ever because I don't. And that's why Darnisha is just niche, because I can get niche. Right. Yo, Jeff, by the way, the gentleman over here is the one who makes all the videos and keeps everything going online, who was in the class.
Don't even say how long ago that was. Jeez.
Before Darnisha.
Yeah. I did want to say, while I have the mic, thank you to Brett Little, who sent us a $50 super chat. So
dude,
that's
very cool. Man. Wait, who's watching from different places?
I don't know. So you tell us in the comments, where are you watching us from? I know there's people from Canada. For some reason, we have... Yo, everybody.
Yeah.
Calm down a second. We'll go over money in a minute.
No, listen. No, they're all pulling out their wallets to give us super chat money.
Exactly. No, I know that there's people in Germany. Like, there's a large community in Germany that watches us. Canada, there's a couple of people. Matt from Italy, one of our longtime mods, has been with us. So, yeah.
So people from around the world.
All over the world.
Live. But, all right. So listen, thanks, Jeff, for continuing to hold it down. as always. All right, let me show you a couple things about the stream, by the
Brett
way.
from Austin, Texas.
Oh, Austin, Texas, man. Awesome. Hey, can you, Cage, can you tell them they've got like just like 5 more minutes? Yeah, or you can tell them they got like 5 more minutes or 10, whatever they need. I don't know, whatever. Okay, next slide. Okay, so the stream. So we are live streaming. That's how you get to it. And so if you have people in your life who want to watch, they want to check in. Sometimes we have grandmothers. It's really popular with grandparents. They want to like check in and make sure their grandkids actually coming to class, so that's a cool thing. Also, yeah, so anyway, you can find this all on the webpage, social19.org or on Canvas. It's all up there. All right, next slide. Just to kind of give you a sense, the channel, we have viewers. We've had people. There are 7 countries. To this day, there are 7 countries. North Korea, actually, definitely people in North Korea have watched our videos, but it's blocked in North Korea, so you wouldn't know that. So we can't say that for certain, but I guarantee it is. Anyway, which is kind of cool, right? And what that means is the world is participating in the class. All right. Next slide. So we've got on our channel almost 240 million views, but we're approaching 1 billion views on other platforms. And here's the thing. Other people, and I want to say something about this, other channels, different places around the world, because we translate and we subtitle into, I don't know how many languages, 70 languages we subtitle. So people are watching, and then they take footage and they put it on their own channel. So it's and then people talk about it. I mean, all sorts of things. Like, and sometimes we don't even know about it. Like, I just came across the video the other day that it was I don't know, it was something about the professor, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, oh man, who's that? That guy. It was some crazy clickbait title. We don't do clickbait titles. If we did clickbait titles on our channels, we'd have easily 500 million views, but we don't, because it's a class, man. You can't do clickbait. You know what clickbait? You get it, right? So, but it was some clickbait title about this professor that was like yelling. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. Schooling his radical liberal terrorist supporting students or whatever. I'm like, whoa, who is that lunatic? And then I click on it and I'm like, wow, that kind of looks familiar. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, that's in 100 Thomas. Like, oh, shit. Oh, that's me. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. And the video had like 1.5 million views. And I'm like, wait. And so I wrote in the comments, I'm like, yo, man, I think I was in the room when this happened, and that's not at all what happened. But whatever, that's what it is, right? So, but it's cool. And next slide. This is the most important thing: is the like ratio. That means that you have a choice on a video to hit like or dislike, and almost 95% of the time, people put like, and it's not because of me. They put like. This has nothing to do with me, because right today you might imagine that this class is about me, but it's not. It's just today. The class is about the people who come and volunteer and sit up here, and we have conversations about lots of things. And so, hang on. Go to the next slide. These are just a couple. I get emails all the time from people, and so here's one recently. That came in just a couple days ago. Give your students a big thank you from all of us who watch your 119 videos. So thank you, right? Thank you for being willing to share your ideas and share your views. And it's really big, and it's very valuable. And our idea is that we are moving forward a thoughtful conversation, not a gotcha conversation. And what people are most surprised, and see this one, right? They give me hope. I have to be honest and say that your students surprised me. The reason the person is surprised is because people don't think that you all are thoughtful. People think that you're a bunch of snowflakes who are uneducated, narrow-minded, bigoted, and all you care about is partying and who knows what, I don't know, whatever. But that you're not thoughtful because they look at social media and what they see are random examples of young people losing their damn minds about one thing or another, and they don't have opportunities to have somebody sit in front of a camera somewhere like this and have someone give them a microphone and say, hey, let's have a conversation about inequality. Let's have a conversation about poverty. What are you thinking about poverty? How often do you think about poverty? I don't really think about poverty. Oh, you're okay. Well, when you do think about poverty, what do you imagine? Well, and then suddenly one of you's got the microphone. You start saying what you see, and that's it. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's just what you see, and whatever it is that you see is really interesting, both to me, to other people, and to people watching the stream. And the reason this person says it gives me hope is because what people realize, and the majority of our viewers, by the way, are between the ages of 40 and 70. And 2 out of 3 are men, or 3 out of 4 are men. And from wherever people watch anywhere in the world, it's more likely to be men. And the reason it gives them hope is because they realize that, damn, you're like, okay, you got this. Because, like on social media and this kind of thing, sometimes if you just watch Instagram, I don't know, I find Instagram, people put some really cool stuff on Instagram, but if you just watch it, you look like a bunch of, I don't know, you don't always come out looking so good. How about that? Can I say that? Sure, how about that? Would you agree with that? Yeah, but you do in here, and people like watching. So it's like, oh, people will often send me emails and be like, oh man, I think I now understand my grandkids. Like I started having a conversation with my granddaughter, and I find that she's actually really thoughtful. And I never realized that she would be I never imagined she would be thoughtful, but I started watching videos in your class, and I'm thinking, well, if your students are thoughtful, my granddaughter is probably thoughtful. And then boom, it just kicks it to a new place. Okay? So hence the approaching 1 billion views is not about me. It's about you. It's because people are really interested in what you have to say. Okay, cool? And I don't lean any direction politically. So if you think I like Donald Trump, or I hate Donald Trump, or I'm this or I'm that or whatever, I'm nothing. You will never have any idea what I think politically, first off. And secondly, yeah, you don't. I'm all over the place. I can see something positive in everything and something negative in everything. So, but that's not my job here. My job is not to get you to think a certain way. My job is just to ask you questions and have you think about some things that you maybe even never thought about. Okay? Is that cool? It's a lot of fun, man. And it's fun for me because after 43 years of teaching, it's really boring listening to myself, man. Fuck. Yeah, we can bring them in, yeah. All right. Okay, next slide. Okay, last semester. Oh yeah, last semester we had lots of views, lots of videos that went viral, but not on our channel. So a lot of videos that had like 5 million and 10 million and that kind of thing. Okay, next one. Oh yeah, bro, how much? So we monetized the channel. We just got $50 today. How much? They're gonna need microphones too. How much money do you think we make a month on average? All these video views. What's that? Like 10,000. 10,000 a month. Bro, what do you think? 20,000 a month. What do you think we make every month? 30. 4,000? Yeah, all right, man. Go to the next slide. Yeah, we make $13.90 a month on average. We're not getting rich. So don't think by volunteering up here you're like supplementing anybody's salary. It's like this costs a lot of money to do this, and I don't get any of it. So like you know what I mean? So like Niche doesn't get it, and Jeff doesn't get it, and like so we're not making a lot of money. You don't make a lot of money on YouTube unless you're one of the big YouTubers. So all right, man. So wait, we need a judge. We need a Korean judge. We need someone who speaks. We need an Arabic judge first off. Bro, you could be the Arabic judge. Who speaks Korean can be the Korean judge. Wait. Bro, can you do the Korean judge? Here, just come down here and sit in the front. And you can stay right there. That's good. All right. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Can you go back to the slide? Go back to the slide that has the statements on it. First off, let's do names. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Ray. I'm from India.
Wait, hang on. Where are you from?
India?
India?
Yep.
Where in India?
Kerala. I'm from the south.
Kerala?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ray.
Yeah.
All right.
My name is Sumin, and I'm from South Korea.
Where are you from? Seoul?
Oh no, near Busan.
Near Busan?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to Busan in November, actually.
I'm Katie, and I'm an American.
You're an American, but
Yes.
you speak Korean fluently.
Yes.
Cool. Were you born here or born in Korea?
I was born in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts. Well, who taught you Korean? Your parents?
My
Both parents?
parents would refuse to speak English in the house because they have too much English outside.
Give a high five to your parents. No, awesome. Okay, cool. Wait, do you speak Korean with an American accent at all? With some kind of accent, do you know? A little bit? Yeah. All right, man. Wait, let's come down here. All right, bro.
My name is Jake Irvin. I'm from like around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And you speak English?
Yeah, just
Did
English.
you ever try to speak another language, like in high school?
Yeah, I took 4 years of Spanish in high school, and I got all A's, by the way. And then once I got here and took Spanish, they were gonna put me in Spanish 3, and I was like, I'm not ready for that.
Mira, si hablamos en español, ¿tú puedes responder? Puta.
See, yeah, I wasn't ready for
Oye,
Spanish
hombre,
3.
puedes decir, que puta, man.
I know that one.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately. So they were going to put me in Spanish 3, but I was like, I'm not ready. So I just started back from Spanish 1, hoping I'd learn something. And
Oh, dude, okay, good, man.
I might have learned a little bit more, but not enough, I don't think.
Okay, all right, that's good. All right. You can just leave the mic on.
I'm Lean, and I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Hey, where'd you learn English? In Saudi? Did you go to
Yeah, I went to like an international school in Saudi.
Yeah.
So yeah.
who were taught by Brits, right?
No, I was taking a like American curriculum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
My name is Abdulaziz Marad. You can call me Aziz. It's easier to pronounce. And I'm from Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, the capital.
All right. All right. You ready? Thanks, man. And look, you're rocking the Berks, man. How's your guy gonna do? Is he got it? Yeah. All right, bro. You ready? You got to see if you really understand. Imagine that you don't know what that says. All right, go ahead, man.
I'm so
Well,
nervous.
wait. Before you do, are you nervous at all?
No, I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah.
See, I would expect. Are you nervous at all, or how nervous are you?
Kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you expect to be more nervous? Jake? Wait, Jake or Ray? Oh, yeah, because he doesn't speak another language, so I'd expect, what are you nervous about?
I feel like I'm going to look at it, like I've been practicing it, but I'm going to look at it, I'm going to be like, okay, let me do really good this time, and I'm just going to screw everything up. I'm going to try to overachieve and then mess it all up. But I just have to not try to overachieve and just stick to what I've been practicing.
Well, you're doing Arabic, right? Dude, but listen, check this out. You know what's cool? Like, he's going to speak that on what's on top. Is that not cool? That's damn cool, right? Dude, this is such an achievement. Regardless of what you do and how you do it, you're going to say that. All right, so you ready, bro? See if you can understand him. All right, man.
Okay. El maru bi akhlaqihi la bi malihi wa bi af'alihi la bi aqwalihi. Thank you.
Oh, man. Yeah, bro. Dude, how do you do?
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah, in Arabic.
Yeah.
He's a fluent speaker now.
Is this the first time you've ever read Arabic?
Yeah, of course.
You know, that's really good.
Thank you.
That's
thank you.
really good.
Yeah? You agree?
Hey, this is all there. All them right here. All them.
How do you do?
He actually was like working really hard, and he was trying to like pronounce all of the sounds really well. So I think he did really well, in my opinion.
Dude, I'm proud of you, man. That's awesome. Dude, another round of applause. Teach him? Okay, hang on. We'll come back. All right, man. He's going to kill it? All right. So take, as he's reading, by the way, the top, I don't know if wouldn't matter to any of you, wouldn't matter to you maybe, but he was reading right to left, right? But on the bottom, he's going left to right. So look at the bottom on the slide as he's speaking to get a sense. All right, Ray, you got this, man.
Hello. 수업에 늦은 걸 숨겼는데 결국 거리가 밟혔잖아.
Dude, how do you do? Wait.
Are you also first-time Korean speaker? I mean, that was pretty good. I mean, fluent Korean speaker would notice that it's a foreigner speaking Korean, but it was pretty good.
But they would have understood what he was saying?
Yeah, totally.
Can you, okay, so say it one more time.
수업에 늦은 걸 숨겼는데 결국 거리가 밟혔잖아.
Okay, what's he saying?
Is trying to get away that he got late in the class, but somebody found out eventually.
Ah, dude, yeah, nice, man. Okay, say you say it like a Korean would say it.
Do I just speak fast?
Yeah,
like
just
normally?
speak it naturally.
수업에 늦은 걸 숨겼는데 결국 꼬리가 밟혔잖아.
It's a lot faster.
It kind of sounded like you. Yeah. Okay, and you say, one of you say like what read that. Yeah.
المرء بأخلاقه لا بماله وبأفعاله لا بأقواله.
I was kind of. You got it. You got to see it in Arabic. You have that guttural sound. That you do it one more time and emphasize that guttural sound. What? Yeah, it sounds like it to me. Go ahead.
المرء بأخلاقه لا بماله.
It's the kh.
Yeah, kha, like in Saudi Arabia, in Arabic we have sounds. I believe it's a bit deeper and harder for foreigner people to sound like. We say dad, and we have da and dad and a, khayn, ayn, and ghayn, and these things are hard. So he's really good actually at pronouncing these things, like especially, for example, ha. Always when I teach people or if I tell a foreigner how to say it, I go say like the can, the same sound, and then you say ha. That's it. Then halihi. That's it. He's really good actually, like genuinely.
Okay, teach him how to say hello, how are you?
هلا كيفك.
Hello kefik. Hello kefik.
Okay, dude, nice. Okay, ready? So, Katie, the American Korean, can you? I want you to read that also.
수업에 늦은 걸 숨겼는데 결국 꼬리가 밟혔잖아.
Would you know that she was born in the U.S.?
Yes.
Would you know she was born in the U.S.? Yeah.
Well, she's fluent.
But you're fluent. Okay. No, I say that because I speak Spanish and I will try to, yeah, for me it's fun. You know what I mean? It's not like a thing to rise to or, it's fun. Accents are cool. All right, teach him how to say hello, how are you?
안녕하세요. 잘 지내요. Perfect.
Okay, ready? Go ahead.
안녕하세요. 잘 지내요.
Perfect, right? Yes. Dude, you got it, man. So now when you encounter Koreans, when you encounter Arabs who speak Arabic, Koreans who speak Korean, you can say that. Okay, so you ready? Today, there's not really a learning piece here to today's class. I don't have my objective today is to, well, hang on, actually. How was it to do this?
I was definitely nervous. Like, even starting like my sophomore year, I was nervous meeting people. And I just wanted to throw myself out there. Now I feel a lot better about it.
So it was fun being out there?
Yeah, fun for sure.
Ray, how about you, man? How was it to do this exercise?
It was really fun. Suman recruited me for Korean Learning Club. So.
Dude. Awesome, man.
So I'm cooked.
Yo, awesome. Hey, 감사합니다. Thank you. Gracias. Okay, so that's it, y'all. So, hey, by the way, let me make the following statement. We do have open space in the class, so if you have friends who want to join, whatever, they can join. Man, that's fine. We're good. We'll see you on Thursday. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.